What's going on, y'all? It's the kid Jay Nolan here. Now, I'm not on camera right now. I'm still recovering from the C-19. I told y'all about that the other day on my Lizzo video. A lot of y'all ain't see that, but it's all good. Today, we're going to get into Kim Kardashian. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't like her, and a lot of y'all are also justified in that position. I'm not going to say nothing about that. But she did recently go on Instagram about a case she's been working on for years, quote unquote, which I was not aware of. I'm sure a lot of us weren't aware of. And that case would be C murder, aka Corey Miller, however you want to put it, reverse, forward, whatever. So Kim Kardashian comes out and says, I wanted to shed some light on a case that I've been working on for years. Corey Miller has spent 21 years in prison for a crime he did not commit, and his conviction is based entirely on the testimony of two men whom the state dragged to trial just on material witness warrants. Those men have now sworn that their prior testimony was untrue. There is no remaining evidence that even suggests that Corey Miller is any more culpable than the hundreds of patrons who were at the Platinum Club on January 12, 2002, when Stephen Thomas was tragically shot. Rather than search for the real perpetrator of the crime, the local sheriff's office zeroed in on proving a case against Mr. Miller. The lead detective harassed multiple witnesses and mishandled the case to such a degree that the trial court had no choice but to grant Mr. Miller a new trial after he was convicted in 2003. In 2009, 4 months before Mr. Miller's second trial, his attorney attempted to withdraw and complained he had not been paid in years. The new judge refused to allow counsel to withdraw, and Mr. Miller stood trial for a second time with an attorney who made no effort to call favorable witnesses to testify. The state's case was minimal, limited to the now recanted testimony of Darnell and Kenneth Jordan, and rather than call the 5 defense witnesses who testified at the first trial that Mr. Miller was not the shooter, trial counsel played the audio of their testimony for the jury. Even with the lack of a vigorous defense, the jury recognized obvious issues with the state's case and deliberated for over 24 hours. After being sequestered overnight, the jury attempted to return a 10-2 verdict, with one juror stating she was only voting guilty, quote unquote, under duress. Court returned the jury to deliberations, and the juror changed her vote from guilty under duress to just guilty. The same juror spoke to the local newspaper the day after the verdict and confirmed that she did not believe the state proved Mr. Miller was guilty, but voted guilty just to end deliberations. Mr. Miller was convicted by a 10-2 verdict, which the Supreme Court has since held violates the Sixth Amendment right to a trial by jury while not applying retroactively. Louisiana recently enacted a new law that provides innocent people with the ability to raise a post-conviction claim of factual innocence. Mr. Miller has raised such a claim, and like all of his prior post-conviction filings, has been denied relief without even so much as an evidentiary hearing. In light of the fact that the only witnesses have completely recanted their testimony, there is absolutely no remaining evidence against Mr. Miller. Corey Miller deserves a day in court to test the veracity of the recanted statements and to prove that he did not shoot Steve Thomas. If you agree that Corey Miller deserves his day in court, please repost this. While I strongly believe in Corey's innocence, my heart goes out to the victims and I pray for their healing and the closure that they deserve. So thanks to Kim Kardashian, who is an unlikely person. You know, I know she's been out here trying to help get people pardoned and stuff like that for years, but I just wasn't expecting this, man. A lot of people have been trying to figure out what the future was going to hold for C Murder, Corey Miller. I think the person who's most concerned about his future is the singer Monica. She's been in a long distance, prison relationship with him for years. I'm sure she would love to see him get his day in court and actually possibly get his day to come home. Not sure if he's going to get that. She pointed out that one of the jurors only voted guilty under duress. Then they changed. Then after putting in the verdict, this same juror went and spoke to the press, basically admitting that she put this claim in, her vote, just so that they could end deliberations, meaning that she was tired of sitting in trial. She didn't want to prolong the process any longer. She didn't want to have to go back and forth with the rest of the jury. She just put it in because she knew that was going to be the easy way out. However, for some odd reason, everybody in the state of Louisiana is overlooking this, especially those in power. They even have a new law in the state that provides innocent people with the ability to raise a post-conviction claim of factual innocence. He's put the same thing in like everyone else, but he's still being denied relief, right? And the only accounts that they have that actually were used to solidify his guilt in the first place have been recanted, meaning that those stories have been determined untrue. So, despite what anybody thinks of C Murder, despite what people may think of his image, despite what people may think of him as a rapper, whatever, he is a human first. I don't care if he rapped about drug dealing, killing, swindling. We got to look at people for their actions, not their words. He is an entertainer. They should at least give him the opportunity to stand another day in court, have all of the facts brought to the table, not just one side of claims, not just a recording of some old shit, just so you could say, hey, this is what we have from the first trial. This is what got him convicted anyway. So this should put the nail in the coffin. No, that doesn't make any sense, right? Especially when you have a new law that should allow people that are innocent to have a post conviction claim of factual innocence. Why would y'all make the new law if you're not going to actually allow people to exercise it? Keep your nose clean, ladies and gentlemen. All y'all kids out there, you young teenagers getting in trouble, y'all joining these fake ass little gangs, y'all out here doing stuff to try to get your name popping in the streets, doing stuff on camera, trying to get your name popping on Instagram and TikTok so you can look like the big shit out here. Hey, keep your nose clean, man. These motherfucking prosecutors, these judges, they not playing fair with nobody, especially if you got a bit of tan on you, okay? I'm just gonna tell y'all that straight up and down. You should already know it, but if you ain't never heard it before, you heard it from me, okay? Much love and respect. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. I know I'm not on camera. It is what it is. I'll get on soon. I'll catch y'all on the next one, all right? Peace.